have you ever signed or autographed anything weird or out of the ordinary that you can think of, or that might stand out to you?
Oh, sure. It's funny because it is. You'll find over the course of a convention or event, those kind of things. You'll find favorite and relished old relic toys, which I love. They're dog-eared and chewed up and stuff, and I love that they saved them. The fans have saved them all these years of fame. Beat up comic books or some turtle cereal bowl or favorite coloring book or puzzle. So there's always a wide variety of things. Video games, the old NCS, the old PlayStation games. Those I love. Lots of T-shirts, that stuff. But one of the things I think is when it first started happening was just sort of just weird at the time. Was that people that are getting tattoos and they'll have these great, beautiful turtle tattoos or other things, and they'll want me to either sign and do a little sketch on them, like draw a little turtle head and then sign it, and then they'll go get that tattooed, or if they have a big, beautiful sleeve of all turtle characters and have me sign that, and they'll get it tattooed, because I've got quite a few tattoos. I love them, and I totally get it, but it's just one of those things that you think of, you put in the context of you signing someone's body and they're going to have your name tattooed on their body for life, and it's just sort of like, well, that's kind of crazy, but I get it, I appreciate the culture, but I guess I'd say that would probably be one of the weirdest ones,
Yeah, that
cool weird, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That is a cool weird. I think that's a very appropriate way to put it, because you're like that. You can see how much of the impact that what you created and what you've done has on that person, to the point where they want to have it tattooed on them.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, cool.
And the second question is, has there been like an individual, like maybe like a TV star, like a musician or something, that asked for your autograph, where you're like, holy crap, that person just asked for my autograph?
It's funny when in the early days it would be we would have a few different celebrities that would, mostly if they had either kids or grandkids, and it's like, oh, my son or daughter, like this, could you sign a toy or a comic book or that kind of thing. But it was kind of funny. The director, Robert Rodriguez, Sin City,
Yep.
Desperado, and all those great movies, and and so I was a big fan of his work, and so we met a couple times. We were going to develop at the time. We're going to develop a heavy metal movie idea, and we worked on it for a while. But once we get to the movie never went forward, but we get to hang out and get to know each other, and we were just talking one night over dinner, and actually Courtney's friends with his wife Marcy, and so we just this great friendship has come out of it. But it was one of those things. He said, when I was in college, it was like I thought turtles were the coolest thing on the planet. He said, because he used to do a college newspaper. He used to do a script for his college newspaper called Lost Hooligans, and so he just sort of one of those moments that, like, the whole time when we first met, that I was geeking out that get to hang out with Robert Rodriguez and talk about creative ideas and stuff like this. But he was doing the same thing, and I never knew that. And I was just so that he said, yeah, I was a huge fan. He said, first time I met you, I was pretty fan struck, and I went like, what? You're crazy. So it's just sort of a mutual appreciation club, I guess, which is kind of fun, because he's actually just a super nice guy. So.
That's awesome. That's probably one of my favorite stories that I've heard so far when I've asked that question. That's awesome. And the third question is, if you could have anybody's autograph in the world, it doesn't matter if they're dead or alive or anything like that, if you could have one autograph in the world, whose would it be?
Oh man, that's a really good question, because it is, because I would say that in my lifetime I've been lucky enough to my all-time hero growing up as a child fan of comic books was Jack Kirby. Jack Kirby to me was like the the beginning, middle, and end of everything,
Mm-hmm.
because he was so vibrant and creative, and he created and co-created most of the Marvel universes, and all that
Mm-hmm.
stuff. And it was one of those things that when Peter and I both got the chance to meet Jack a few times at San Diego Comic-Con. That was one of the main conventions that he would go to, and then we actually. One year I was down there, and his wife Roz said, hey, if you after Comic Con, if you guys ever come up to LA, why don't you stop by the house? And I was like, what? Really? So she goes, yeah, bring a couple things. Jack will sign them, and I'll give you a little tour. He wasn't drawing that much in those days. He was well past 75, heading close to 80. But it was so yeah. We a bunch of my friends, a couple other artists, we drove up and got to have lunch with Roz and Jack, and he signed a couple things for me, and that was just they're literally hanging on my wall 5 feet from where I'm standing right now. It's like so that was I can't think of anybody else I wanted an autograph more than Jack Kirby. So I feel like I've been blessed already with that.
That makes it so much better. That makes it so much better that you actually got the one autograph that you would really want. Yeah, I think it makes it that much better.
Yeah, good question though. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. And that's gonna do it, Kevin. I really absolutely appreciate your time.
Oh.
And I'm obviously a huge fan of yours. You made my Saturday mornings worth getting up for, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah, it's just so funny. It was like I'm just laughing because it's like man, I remember those times. If you wanted to watch a Saturday morning cartoon, you had to get up and watch it on Saturday morning.
Yep.
You could DVR. You could do this. It's like because we have a 13-year-old son, and he's pretty much he never there's no time programming like it used to be in the old days for us old guys, but or I'm obviously much older than you are. But no, I love that. But I think to say flipping back on you fans, and that because of fans like you from the original days and the support from all these years and right up until now, it's like I get to live a childhood dream of wanting to be a comic book artist like Jack Kirby when I grew up. So the fact that you guys have given me that chance, I definitely can't thank you enough. It's a dream come true, and I really enjoyed talking with you this morning.
Awesome. No problem at all. And you enjoy the rest of your day and have a good one.
Thank you as well.
Bye.